What is first wave feminism? First wave feminism is the first wave of women that began fighting for women's rights and equality in America. This period lasted from towards the end of the 19th century into the early 20th century. And it was led by mostly white women, people like Lucretia Mott, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and other white, well-off women who were fighting for the rights of voting and to own property. So this first wave were fighting for very basic legal rights for women in America. Voting, owning property, being able to have bank accounts, being able to inherit land and things like that. It really was a move to have women have more of the things that men had. So to have the same kind of privileges that land-owning wealthy men had. To vote, to have a voice in society, to walk freely in the streets, to own property, and to gain wealth and things like this. It was mostly a white women's movement, and it's been roundly criticized for its racism. There's no question about it that people like Lucretia Mott or Elizabeth Cady Stanton, as much as they were pioneers, were also extremely racist, especially toward black men. And in fact, they did not want to necessarily fight for the rights of black women, because they were afraid that fighting for those rights would actually hurt the rights of white women. So you have to understand that the first wave movement is very much a white woman's movement, a wealthy woman's movement. On the other hand, we also have to give them a lot of credit, because without that first wave, we women would not have the kind of voices in the public sphere that we have today. We would not be able to run for office. We would not be able to be homeowners, car owners, small business owners. So the first wave accomplished some of those fundamental Western liberal democratic rights for women. And we know that across the globe, there are several societies where women still don't have that right. Women just recently got the right to drive their own cars in Saudi Arabia, and women across the Muslim world are fighting to be able to walk the streets without a male escort. So it's important for us to understand that the first wave had a major problem with racism, but the first wave also gave women in America some fundamental rights that we were able to build upon. So that was the first wave, started at the end of the 19th century and lasted through the early 20th century. First wave feminism.